Housing deficit in Nigeria right now sits at 28 million. That simply means we have over 28 million Nigerians that lack good housing. For many Nigerians, they are faced with the challenges of owning their own homes at some point in their lives. And either buying a house or building a house are no doubt the available choices. But only very few Nigerians can afford this because of the huge capital outlay. Normally, mortgage would have been a very viable alternative, but mortgages don't work in this part of the world. I am Patrick, your Lagos Realtor, and today we'll be discussing why mortgages never work in Nigeria. Like our videos, subscribe to our channel, turn on your notification button so that when we drop a new content, you will be among the first to see our videos. When we come back, we'll be looking at the reasons why mortgages never work in Nigeria. Welcome back, everybody. Now you see, you can count so many reasons why mortgages never work. But personally, I have singled out 3 reasons mortgages never work in Nigeria. First is the huge down payment required for mortgage application. Secondly, the high and double-digit interest rate prevalent in the mortgage industry in Nigeria. And thirdly, very short loan tenure system. Very, very short. So personally, these are the 3 reasons that has made mortgages very hard to work in Nigeria. And every time I get people who ask me, oh, I want to buy this property, but are mortgages allowed? I want to buy this property and will they accept NHF? I want to buy this property. I want to buy this property, but I do not have access to mortgages. The basic reasons why mortgages don't work are seriously linked to this reason. First is the huge down payment needed for mortgages. You want to buy a property and you are asked to make a down payment of 30 to 40% of the total amount of the cost of this property. A property costs, let's say, 50 million naira, and you're asked to make 30% deposit of 50 million naira. That will be about 15 million naira thereabouts. For the average Nigerian, how many can afford to put a 50 million naira down payment for a property that costs 50 million naira? How many Nigerians? What is the minimum wage? How much must you earn to gather 15 million naira as a Nigerian worker? So it simply means that this already is making it very difficult for so many persons to access the mortgage option to owning homes. It is really crazy and really, really high. 30-20%, so high. Only wealthy Nigerians can actually afford this. And even the wealthy ones don't really use mortgages because the system is so stressful. The second is the double-digit interest rate. Now, when you compare the mortgage system of Nigeria to that of other countries, let's say in UK or in America, you will notice that the interest rates are always single digit. At most, you'll see 7.5% pegged as the interest rate on mortgages. But right here in Nigeria, it's as high as 22-25%. And you understand that that is just too high. Other countries pay 7.5% interest as they go on to determine their EMI, that is the equated monthly installment. So 20-25%, that is so high. This is because of the instability of the economy and also consistent inflation that keeps ravaging the Nigerian economy. So nobody would want to give you an interest rate or a mortgage rate lower than the prevalent bank interest rate. No. The only way mortgage banks and also financiers of mortgages can be sure that they will not run into loss is to peg a rate higher than the prevalent interest rate to make room for future inflationary possibilities. So this is why you would always see that the interest rate to determine your EMI is as high as 25-22%. That is really crazy. How much of your salary would you always give? How much of your monies every monthly would you always uh, set out to finance your mortgages? Knowing fully well that there are so many other expenses that you must cater for. So 22-23% is so high. And when you now calculate what you would have paid at the end of the day after loan tenure has matured, you will notice that you are paying so much, even sometimes double the amount of the worth of that property, and that is really, really crazy. But who do we blame for this? The economy, because no mortgage financer would want to also run into a loss, and the reason for the high interest rate. Thirdly, another big reason why mortgages don't work in Nigeria is that the loan tenure is usually very short. In other parts of the world, you can be allowed to pay your mortgage for over 30 years, for about 30 years. You keep paying for 30 years. But in Nigeria, it is as short as 10 to 15 years. Really, really, really short. That means you are going to overburden yourself and concentrate so much on financing your mortgage and repaying your loan than doing all that things that would also need your attention. So because of the short period of time, most Nigerians run away from mortgages because how much is your salary? How long can you save? How much can you gather to finance a mortgage of 50 million in 15 years or in 10 years when your salary is not even up to 200,000? It is really, really crazy. Really, really crazy. So many commercial banks and also mortgage banks would not accept to admit you into their mortgage platform and program because you might not be able, you are not, your source of income is not even up to what is needed to finance this particular mortgage in 15 years. So it's going to be really, really crazy. Basically, these three reasons rank high why mortgages never work in Nigeria, why people would not always look at mortgage options as a means of holding homes. I am Patrick, your Lagos Realtor. If you have more clarification, if you have more light to throw on this particular topic, use the comment section. For questions, you can always call me. My number is on the screen. The link to my WhatsApp is in the description below. I'll be doing more content on this particular um, topic on mortgages. We'll have about 3 or 4 more episodes on mortgages. We'll talk about NHF. We'll talk about the requirements also for NHF, among so many other topics that revolves around mortgages in this industry. I am Patrick, your Lagos Realtor. Stay safe, be good, and keep investing in real estate.